Coming up on this episode.
So we were just relaxing inside, and all of a sudden we looked at it, and it was one wild. Well, I can't even leave it open. The rain's coming down so bad. Ryan's gone out to the barge to make sure it's still there. And the boat. And there's the flag. It's a going. Can't see it very well. The greenhouse is standing. The array is standing. If you can see it through there. Wow. We've had a really, really big storm this afternoon. You can hear the birds that come out, but strangely enough, it's about 9:30 at night. And
9:30?
Yeah.
Wow.
And now we've got a really nice calm lake. Look at that mist rising back there. Our new fruit trees have really, oh no. That's not good, those poor trees.
While on our way up to the island this year, we stopped to pick these trees up from a garden center. It seems they could use a more protected environment.
They don't look very good, do they?
You don't think so?
Well, they're looking a bit disheveled.
They might be a bit disheveled.
One's going into the greenhouse. And what's that one? Is that one of our plums?
I don't know. Red plum.
That one's a red plum.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Because the name of it was actually removed.
Well, that's a plum, all right. And they aren't looking very happy right now. Look at that bunch of mist over there. I'm hoping that's not the smoke.
Yeah, I saw that from the inside the cabin.
Do you think that's the smoke?
No. That's definitely cloud cover. It's like a fog. Just heavy, heavy mist.
We just saw on our wildfire forecast that there's a fire that just started on 2 nights ago from a lightning strike. The ground is quite wet. The Starlink managed to stay there, and the array has kept every panel on there too, thank goodness. What we really need to do is actually plant these into the ground. The man at the garden center said that's actually what we should really do so that it has a chance to get grounded. So we're going to have to look for places to do that. And the 2 plums need to be together and the 2 apples need to be together. So we'll need to do that. But for now, we'll keep it in the greenhouse. They're going to be restricted from growing if we don't do that, though. I have a whole bunch of these little lanterns that I want to put out this year. I think we got about 30 of them, and they're just solar, and you can see them, they work. I like the fact that we have gravel right here, but we need more of it. The thing of it is that we're going to have a little deck right here. So that'll keep things nice and clean. Well, today we are heading over to the boat launch because I am going on my own little expedition. I have to fly to Vancouver, and Ryan's going to be holding down the fort here, Ryan and Opal. So he's just going to take me over to pick the truck up, and then I'm going to head out on that road all by myself.
As we motor by Berry Point, you can see our 2024 flag waving in the wind. This was the winning design from the contest we held in early spring. We're going to have another contest to design our 2025 flag.
Well, I'm off. I just left the boat launch and I'm heading off on my own. I have to fly to Vancouver tomorrow. I'll check back in a bit, let you know how I'm doing. Well, I made it in one piece and I'm on the pavement. So that was a pretty successful run. Now I just have to give Ryan a call. Okay, so here I go again. I had to be in Vancouver for an important appointment. When I got downtown to the office, I was told that I needed additional documents. So I had to rush down to the waterfront to board another plane over to Vancouver Island. Thankfully, I was able to get the papers and be back in Vancouver by the next morning to finish up. It was a whirlwind of a trip.
Vancouver really does have one of the prettiest harbors I've ever seen. This is called Cole Harbor. It's located right in downtown Vancouver, and it is a world-renowned cruise ship destination. Melodi will be flying over North Vancouver with its sulfur plant, factories, and shipbuilding facilities. This is English Bay on the other side of Stanley Park. The container ships find safety here while awaiting their turn at the Vancouver seaport. And here is one of the iconic BC ferries making its way over to the big city from Vancouver Island. Now she's back at Vancouver Island, which looks like it may have had a recent storm. And just like that, she's back. My wife is back, and she's pretty in pink. I'm excited to show her what I've been up to while she's been away. I hope she likes it.
I just came back to the cabin late last night. Ryan picked me up at the boat launch, and I knew that he'd been working on a project while I was away. You can see the cabin. You can see him. And what on earth happened here?
Ferris and Addison are due to arrive this summer, and we need to create some space to erect their accommodations. Melodi and I talked about these ruins beside our tiny cabin as a potential location. But before anything could be built, all this rubble would need to be cleared out. And to do that efficiently would require unfettered access to the space. So, surprise, surprise. Okay, here's the road behind the new cabin, and it's got this other little fork in it now. While Melodi was away off island, Pepper and I put in this road to give us a productive method of hauling the debris away. We can clear this spot. And the question is, what do you want me to do with all this stuff? I've got a way I can take it out of here now. You want me to pile it up on the point where the old cabin was, and then we can burn it in the fall in one big bonfire? Or what do you suggest? Let me know. This is the old cabin site beside us. And there's a puppy doggy. Came to say hello with a waggly tail. With a waggly tail. And there's the road I just cut in. Even with Pepper's help, this job is sure to take many, many loads. I wouldn't even want to think how long it would take if I had to walk each piece out of here. So, here we go. Time to get to work. While digging through this rubble, I'm reminded of some of those archaeological digs that have revealed the secrets of ancient civilizations. Throughout antiquity, whenever a city was conquered, it was typically burned to the ground. Then years later, the people would return and rebuild a new city, a bigger, better, stronger city, right on top of the ruins of the old one. Then when that new city was eventually conquered and destroyed, the whole cycle would repeat. This is why archaeologists tend to find multi-layered cities when they excavate. So what does this history lesson have to do with me clearing this little cabin site? Well, just when I think I've cleared out the last layer, another layer is revealed underneath. It's truly remarkable how much material is here. Sometimes I think, man, why can't I just have the time to finish something completely before I have to start something new? But that's just the way our life is right now. Something always seems to come up that takes priority over the other things that we've already started. For example, I would love to get the tiny cabin finished. I mean inside and out. Just done. You know what I mean? Forget hours in the day. There aren't enough days in the season. Look what I found. A beaver has been munching away on this tree, and it is a big tree. It's a big tree. And guess what? Where the cut is, it's aimed right for the cabin. So, I have no choice. I have to cut this beautiful tree down. If that beaver decides to come back and finish the job, it will be a bad thing. When working like this, doing manual labor type stuff, it really gives me time to think. After all, it doesn't take a lot of mental bandwidth to load rubble into the bucket of a track loader. I find that when I'm working with my hands like this, where the work doesn't take a lot of concentration, it liberates my mind. It gives me time to take stock, to work out problems, to think things through and to plan, to dream, to feel. These are some of the aspects I really appreciate about this lifestyle. There's lots of time to just be present, you know? I remember when I was in the business world, it was all a game, but the kind of game where nobody wins. Whole years would go by without me even being aware of what was going on around me. It was not satisfying on any real meaningful level. And believe me when I tell you, that is no way to live. Although I'm retired now, I'm working harder than any time before in my entire life. I'm now living a life that is energizing, rewarding, and truly satisfying. And I wouldn't trade it for anything.
This is the location of our next cabin. In the interim, we are going to be putting up a shed, kind of like we did at the bird bath. And the shed will be for my daughter and son to stay in when they come here soon this summer. This is just perfect. This is absolutely perfect. And the thing I really love is that it's like a little country road that he made in there. I am really, really thrilled about that. Now there's some dead trees there, and we're probably going to want to clear out some of the underbrush so that they have a nice view of the lake. And guess who the next door neighbors are? Uh-oh. What happened to that tree there?
Which one?
This one.
That's the beaver tree.
The beaver did that? How did he stand that high?
Well, this tree's getting cut down.
Oh, so it wasn't the beaver that did that?
The beaver did the part down there, the bottom part.
Who did the top part?
A taller beaver.
Oh, no. Oh, you're trying to say this, are you, honey?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think it could re-establish itself. Look at that.
Another cabin?
Another cabin.
That one got flattened by a big tree. There's a lot of wood there, that firewood for
Well, the sides
a long
are all
time.
up on that cabin. It's just the roof that's gone. Wow, that's pretty neat. You never know what you're going to find on Bird Island. So I've been looking for a trellis for my cucumber. Ta-da! Look at those. Those are absolutely perfect trellises. They're perfect.
You want to use those?
Definitely. Those are going to be perfect. We just put them up end over end, and we have peas and cucumbers till the cows come home.
Okay. I was thinking I could bring in some more sand here, but I wanted to talk to you about it first.
Well, oh, just to make it level, you mean?
Well, just, it all depends on where you want the little shed.
But we're going to want a cabin here at some point.
You do, eh?
Yeah, like 1, 2. Or maybe that one and then the main one, and just have 2 cabins.
Yeah, maybe not here,
Yeah.
but maybe there.
Maybe that one. Yeah. For now, this will be, yeah, just so that there's a bit of space in between. I think they were really wanting for space together as a family when they were building this.
Yeah, could be.
Okay, well, this is a lovely little country road. I just think it's wonderful.
Watch the middle.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's gumbo-y.
Oh,
That's like
almost
clay. Yeah, it's like clay, yeah.
yeah. This is nice though. And look at right beside the road. That's really, really neat.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that is really, really neat. Ferris is gonna love that.
So that could be like a back door to another cabin.
Right.
And a bigger cabin too. Like, look at it. Careful where you're stepping. But you see how much bigger this is?
Yes. Oh, that's gigantic compared to ours.
Yeah.
And look at the view.
Yeah, they got a good view.
Oh, how pretty. This is really, really nice in here.
So I'm thinking this would be a really good spot.
For
And then
another
we've got,
guest cabin.
yeah, we have full access to the road.
It's the right, perfect location and the strategy.
Thanks.
Yeah, you did a super nice job.
I'd like to see this road leveled. It's better if it is.
Okay, is the barge here anywhere?
Yeah.
Looks like it's moved. Oh yeah, it has moved.
Look at that dog. You think she wants to go for a ride? See, honey? More buckets.
I am going to do a thorough investigation of this little machine.
So far, we think this might be a Series 1 Land Rover built in the UK circa 1950-ish. This might be a fun restoration project.
Okay, we're going to head over to the truck and load up what I got yesterday. Wow, is the water ever still?
Isn't it?
It's absolutely still. Wow.
Rarely do you see it this clear.
Oh my goodness. This is so clear. What you doing, honey? Did you hear something? What did you hear? Look at that there. That little whirling, constant whirling. Ryan says they're bait fish. And they're just like tick, 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 tick.
Bait fish? Perhaps, or a small pocket of wind. Living on an off-grid island so far from civilization means that heading out for supplies is a lengthy, complicated, and expensive procedure. For us, a trip from the island to pick up a quart of milk from the nearest corner store would take around 5 hours and $100 in fuel. To do a full-on supply run at the nearest city, that requires an overnight stay.
So we managed to get the truck on the barge here, but we are grounded. And I think part of the reason for that is because we have such a big load. But we just thought that it'd be so much easier to bring the truck across because of all this stuff.
I want to bring it forward so it's almost touching this post just to get us off here. And then I'll back it up again.
Keep coming. Keep coming.
How much room?
A half an inch.
Whoa, that's a little close.
Yikes.
When trying to free the bow of the barge from the lake bottom, any weight you can move towards the stern actually helps.
Our emergency brake's loose again. We'll just stand on the back of the boat.
Did moving the truck a few inches make a difference?
Oh, I think it's gonna go. All right, it did it.
Okay, now do you want to straighten the truck up?
I
A
sure
little
do.
bit once it...
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right
Good.
now.
Way to go, honey. You did a good job.
I have to maneuver the truck. I just gotta reorient it.
I do not recommend firing up a truck while it's on a barge and away from the shore like this.
Does it look pretty good?
Looks like we're listing a bit.
Are we? Okay, so we'll stay over here.
I had to be very careful, and after wiggling the truck around on the deck, we did manage to get the barge more or less balanced.
I was checking the fuel situation.
Yeah, I saw that fuel tank's almost empty. And what about that one?
This one's half.
A lot of those come down,
Yeah.
those cottonwoods. There's the island coming coming into view right now. The tip of it, Berry Point. I'd love to clean that point up a bit.
Yeah, I gotta clear the space in the back and get this all out of here.
That is so steep, Ryan. Have you been building it up with sand or something?
No.
Wow.
Oh no. Shoot.
Is it stuck?
That one is, yeah.
Uh-oh.
If there's any breeze, until we have a ramp down, we keep the barge idling and in gear so it's heading towards shore.
You can shut it off, honey.
The ramps are like land anchors and they do a pretty good job of keeping the barge in place when there's a bit of a wind.
Okay, we may need to put some wood underneath the front tires, but we'll see.
Oh boy.
Hey, Dolly. Hopefully that'll lift it up enough.
Okay.
That should, on that side.
This mud from off the logging road is so unbelievable. It's okay now because it's kind of sandy and you can kind of get it off. Yesterday I couldn't, it was like cement.
I'm gonna cut some blocks and keep them here
Yeah,
for
good
situations
idea.
like this.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
Okay,
That is gonna be my...
potting grow table.
Okay, keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Is that enough?
You're okay. Oh, he's made a nice road all organized there.
In the back of the truck are 2 custom planting tables for the greenhouse. Well, they will be by the time I'm done fiddling with all that wood. Those tables will make a nice addition to the greenhouse and will help maximize its functionality.
Ryan, the trees look like they're dying in the greenhouse. They're all wilted.
It's been raining.
Oh. Okay, that's better.
Bit more organized, eh?
That's better, so we can actually walk in now.
Yeah, and a bunch of stuff's gonna be coming out, like all the water system stuff's coming out
Yeah.
very soon. So that'll create more room in here.
Hey, this is way better. We don't have a lot of places for storage, mind you. We do. Oh, look at all those boots.
Yeah. We have a new shed we're gonna be building.
But we have a new shed underneath the array, which I think a lot of this stuff should go into.
Yeah.
This is the before shot. Like Ryan was saying, kind of shanty town today. Because there's wood, there's building materials.
Yes, it may look a little unorganized at present, but I have a plan. I plan on building a secure mini workshop under the array that will also house our tools and things that are cluttering up the area around the tiny cabin. It may be a slow process, but with each passing day, we are making our little homestead island a little more livable. Our little Kubota we call Pepper is an absolutely indispensable addition to our homestead. See the exciting day when we picked him up and took him home.